Hello, this video is going to be about the Venus flytrap and the product from it, Carnivora. The Venus flytrap is native to the Carolinas and swampy areas. It's one of the few plants, percentage of plant-wise anyways, that consume animals. So to supplement its diet, so it's got some unique properties. You can go to www.carnivora.com to check it out and buy the product. It's a pill form, and it's got a liquid form. Anyway, the first person to really take it of note was Reagan. It was before the FDA approved it, and he used it or his doctors used it to treat after he got shot, and then his ongoing Alzheimer's. He actually had Alzheimer's by the end of his first term, but they used it to keep it in check. And Reagan lived a long time with Alzheimer's. Now granted, he had access to all the care, but Carnivora, I attributed that to his main thing. That, plus he was in just great physical shape even going in. Anyway, back to Carnivora. If you go to their site, they've got a video of microscopic about showing the white blood cells both before and after Carnivora is introduced to them. You can see them after the Carnivora is introduced to them. The mitochondria are firing off at twice the energetic rate. The only thing in Carnivora is stuff from the Venus flytrap. And I've been taking it for 2 years now. If you look on page 1, I've got my supplement list, and it's really good. I give it to my animals, and they've lived longer than average, the ones that I've started to give it to. And the reason that some of these plants eat animals, and most of them are in swamp areas, because the soil's bad. Too much water washes out the nutrients in the soil. That's why in the rainforest they made the mistake of cutting down the rainforest. They thought the soil was really good. The people there were basically uneducated. They thought, well, they can grow all these trees in the rainforest, the soil must be good. Well, the soil is actually terrible. And when they cleared the trees, they really only got like 2 seasons of crops out of there, and the soil was depleted. Too much rain. The reason stuff grows there is the buildup of biomass falls down and goes immediately into the soil before it's washed away, because there's always a cloud of debris falling down and adding to the soil, and it rains, and before it gets washed away they absorb some of the nutrients. Anyway, so if you got cancer or any kind of autoimmune disease, I would be taking Carnivora. There's no contradictions to it. By the way, I'm not a doctor, and this is not medical advice. This is just what I do. But cancer is basically beaten not by chemo. Radiation does work a little bit, because the cancer cells are weaker, but your body has cancer all the time. It's a bad copy of the cell, and then when you do bad stuff, your immune system gets lagged behind, and it takes hold and just keeps doubling and doubling. Anytime you have cancer, they'll try to make you do stuff pretty much immediately, like it's some life or death situation. Well, you've had the cancer for probably, by the time they see it, you probably had it for about at least 8 years, because it's got to double and it has to get to several billion size cells so they can actually detect it. Now, they are detecting it earlier with smaller and smaller amounts of cells. But when you cut off, say for instance you have breast cancer, you can cut your breasts off. It's not going to get you still have cancer. You have cancer basically every day of your life. Your body beats it back. It's a bad copy of the cell, and they just get out of control. And so what you want to do is strengthen your immune system, because your immune system is always eating cancer cells. The white blood cells are always eating the bad cancer cells every day of your life. Well, when you eat stuff bad, and you eat a lot of meats and cooked food and do bad stuff, it gets a toehold, and then it starts growing. And that's really all the cancer is. The war on cancer has been going on for 80 years, and they say, well, you know, the cure's just around the corner. You can look up in archive video that the cure's been around the corner for 50, 60 years. Nixon started the war on cancer, threw $10 billion at it. They're always saying $10 more billion and we can lick cancer. They don't want to cure it. There really is no cure for cancer. It's just a mistake copy of your cells. It's always going to happen. And your white blood cells will always beat it back if you do eat right and don't do weird, stupid stuff that compromises your immune system. So take Carnivora, start eating a lot of raw fruits and vegetables, and lay off the meat and cigarettes and exercise. That's all. I'm out.